Hey folks, and welcome back to the trip. When we last left off, we were just kind of leaving Nong Khai. This is Nong Khai here. We had gone down to the river. We've got a lot to get to today. We've got a long way to go and a short time to get there. But let's go, I guess let's start right where we left off, down at the bank of the Mekong River, just a little bit north of Nong Khai maybe. And we will jump into this. We'll get to Loei, back to Udon Thani, and far beyond. So let's go. It's time to leave Nong Khai. I've technically already left Nong Khai. I'm a little bit west of there right now. You can kind of walk all along the riverbank here where there would normally be water, or ride. Beautiful morning. There's cows down here grazing and a lot of nice little restaurants right up here. You can eat in the evening and look over at the river. I'll ride by a couple. Great area, great area. So we're going to cruise up here, and then Vientiane Lao will be right on the other side. I want to go over and see what we can see from there. So there it is. That's Vientiane Lao. About as close as I can get to it, I guess. There's this path that runs right along the river. I don't know, I'm going to go down farther, see if there's a place maybe I can eat some breakfast here. But this was about 30 kilometers from the place where I was just at. That appears to be a hotel. It looks like a pretty decent hotel right over there on the other bank. Maybe a couple of them. So I'd love to go over there one day. It seems easy enough during normal times. I don't know about taking the bike over there. I don't know what all's involved. I've heard horror stories. People always ask, you go to Cambodia or Laos, and it's very possible. There's plenty of people that do it, but there's also, if you don't have the right paperwork or documents or stamp or whatever, if you don't do something right, they might not let your bike back into Thailand or something. Probably pay somebody that knows what they're doing, an agent or something, to facilitate something like that. But hopefully everything opens up in the next year or so, and that might become a possibility. So as I suspected, with just a little bit of effort, I was able to follow the river down and find a little bit, I don't know, kind of like another little walking street area of this town just adjacent to Vientiane. They had 20 baht noodles, bowl of noodles for 20 baht. Couldn't say no to that. Plus I had the lovely river view. So up until this point, I had basically just followed the highway that ran right along the Mekong River out of Nong Khai into this little town right across from Vientiane. And now I was ready to turn off. So I would turn off and just head straight south into the interior and make a beeline for Loei. Loei, that would be our destination for today. And it's going to be quite a ride. So Al, another great ride down here to Loei. I'm on 2214, cutting down from Vientiane to Loei. I'd never seen a tree like that, so I turned around real quick. I turned around and I came in here, but they're not trees. They're some kind of cactus, and they're growing on cement poles. Little tiny thorns on them. I thought they were trees. What do I know? So as soon as I left the place with the cactus trees, first curve I went around, I felt the wobble, back tire flat. I stopped immediately. 100 feet away was a shop. That's lucky. But when I pushed it up here, and there's a screw, looks like a drywall screw. It was real sharp. That's what we used to call them, drywall screws. Right through the middle of the tire. Totally flat. So we'll see what they can do with it. I think these tires have tubes in them, inner tubes. Maybe they can just put a new tube in or something, and a patch, or I don't know. We'll see. But at least there's a shop in there. They say they might be able to fix it. I'm still about 70 kilometers from Loei, something like that. I don't know. What a way to louse up the whole day.
So while I was broken down on the side of the road in the heat and the dust, and V was in the lap of luxury in the Udon Thani Mall, Central Plaza. She'd gone to the mall to buy some supplies and see what was going on there. But the funny thing, she happened to cross something at the mall, something very interesting for her. These ladies here are practicing Thai traditional dance for some kind of big, like a big celebration of an anniversary here in Udon Thani that would take place in 2 days. And something that V was always very interested in and never really has had time to explore in her life. So she went out in the evening to one of the food courts and decided that she wanted to be part of it.
Whew. So yeah, what a day. I couldn't believe I was in and out of there in about a half hour with that tire puncture. Actually, there was a little nail and a screw in there. But anyway, they put a new inner tube in, labor, everything, came out to 140 baht. What's that? I don't know, $5, and about 30 minutes. So very minor inconvenience. I checked into the Indigo Space Hotel, Indigo Space, and it's got like a little coffee shop up front, which looks nice and trendy. But then the building where the rooms are looks kind of old and drab. But looks are deceiving. This room is remarkable. But it's a very large room. I'll show you around. Big bed. You're greeted with like a little kitchen sink when you walk in. There's a fridge. There's a mini bar. There's a coffee station. There's a little study, there's a little desk, there's everything you need. It's a spacious room and a balcony where I'm standing now. But nice room, great TV. They've got the internet TV with the Netflix, all that stuff. Right next door, almost right next door, is a restaurant, bar restaurant. It used to be called the Loei Saloon. There's a different sign up now, but the menu still says Loei Saloon. I'm not really sure what it is, but it kind of resembles a little bit of a roadhouse biker bar. There's all kind of memorabilia in there. I love the way it's decorated. If I had a bar, that's how it would be decorated. I just like the motif in there. I just got some Thai food though. There was steaks, all kind of offerings on there. But I just got some Thai food. And the town is a little bit unremarkable. I walked around. There's not much to see here. But the thing is, almost any direction you go out of here, and there's a lot of different ways you can go out of here, there are great rides and there are great destinations. So, including where I started this morning, up around Nong, Khai and the Mekong River there, across from Vientiane. All kind of nice places you can go. So they rent bikes there. They had an adventure touring price list there. The price for a bike was the same as it was in Chiang Mai, 1,200 baht for a CB500X. But anyway, I've had my meal. I showed you the room, and tomorrow it's back to Udon Thani to see what V's been up to. So here I am right back at our little balcony in Udon Thani, overlooking the skyline. V's gone to the mall. She made some new friends there. But great little trip, great little run. I haven't figured up the kilometers yet. I think it was about somewhere between 500 and 600 because I took a very circuitous route back here. All the routes weren't direct routes, but from here to Nong Khai to Loei, Loei back to Udon Thani. It's a good little run. 2.5 days, something like that. I got back before lunchtime today. So go out to eat tonight, show you that. Tomorrow, short ride, put the bike back in the truck. We'll be leaving Udon Thani. Short ride down to Khon Kaen.
So welcome to Ruang Khong Bu. Ruang Khong Bu. Now, it's a crab restaurant, as the crab out front would indicate. And I don't know. I look at this as a marriage between maybe two of my favorite things here. So I love crabs, and I love the way we eat them back home. But I also love Thai food. But this would be a Thai curry with crab. They call it gang bu. And they were more than happy and accommodating to deliver it right to the table. But look at this thing. I got to tell you, just chocked full of crab meat, and I love the little bit sweet, little bit spicy, the curry flavor. Our guest and V, they had some other seafood, but I gotta tell you, if I lived here, I'd probably eat that once a week. Yeah, it was that good.
So nice meal. What a surprise. The crab curry was nice and spicy, but not overpowering. The crab meat, about as good as you get anywhere here. So we met the owner. I saw the owner on Facebook. She does little videos and stuff with her crabs, and she actually showed us the whole box. She gets them brought in from Chantaburi, so that's where they come from, Chantaburi, and she serves them up. They're also growing their own produce out here. They got a big piece of land. I didn't know that they had this big parking lot here. I'd have just driven. We took a cab. I just saw the street view and it looked like there was no parking, but there is plenty of ample parking here.
Give you for free.
Okay,
Special
thank
for
you. Thank you very much. ขอบคุณมาก
But anyway, I think we're going back to the friend's place and have an evening there. They've invited us. And then tomorrow we're hitting the road.
So yeah, I got to tell you, what a pleasant surprise! Right in the heart of Udon Thani. It was 1.7 kilometers from our hotel there on Soi Sampan. Anyway, the owner here, fantastic lady. Not only did she give us two of the biggest oysters I've ever seen for free, like a little raw oyster platter. She just gave us that for free, and then she had her staff member ride us to where we were going. So this lady here, in the white, she's invited us to her home, and the owner knew we took a cab and said, "Hey, I'll have one of my staff people drive you." Just fantastic. Just fantastic. So anyway, if you're in the area and you like crabs like I do, stop by and see him. But we went to V's new friend here. She has a nice little garden in her house here. We're also right in the heart of Udon Thani, kind of behind the mall. And the idea was that V could maybe get some last-minute practice and pointers because she wants to do this traditional Thai dance in the morning, and these ladies are good at it, and V's kind of a Johnny-come-lately. So the idea was for her to go over and practice, but I don't know that they did too much dance practice. There was a lot of beverages, and there was karaoke, and there was even I don't know, somebody getting their hair washed. But anyway, it was a nice little evening away from the hotel and away from the other things that we normally do in the evening. So we had a good time, and even a little bit more food out here. But as the evening wore away, it would be an early morning for V, so we had to pack it in. She had to wake up at 4 in the morning. That's right, I'll explain that in a minute.
So it's the next morning. We've come out here to Central Plaza, big mall, right on one of the main boulevards in town. And I think this is in celebration of 129 years here in Udon Thani. And V's all dressed up in her festive traditional garb. And they're going to put on a traditional dance here, and they're going to give flowers over there. They've got a little memorial set up or whatever. So it's a little bit of a show. And they're pretty good. They really do a good job with the traditional dance. V may not be in there in their same level, at their same level or their same category, but she's only had 2 days to practice. But we'll see what she does. She's very enthused to do this. She really, it's something she's always wanted to do, so I have to support her. She supports me in everything I do. So we'll see how she is, good, bad, or indifferent. We'll take some video of it, and she'll have a good time. That's what's important.
So yeah, so all the participants showed up. Now you see everybody's in this traditional Thai dress. It's an orange top. They're all very, very similar. You get that from a shop. V had to be there at 5 a.m. to get her hair done, makeup, the clothes. It's all a rental, the jewelry. It was a whole big thing. So that's why it was such an early morning for her, but let's see if it all pays off.
ท่านลูกค้าที่ออกไปแล้วนะคะก็มีน้ำบริการที่จุดด้านซ้ายมือนะคะตรงทางออก2นะคะ
Okay.
เดี๋ยวเชิญบริการน้ำอยู่ด้านซ้ายมือนะคะบริการฟรีค่ะ
But yeah, she tells me she really enjoyed that. Once in a lifetime type opportunity, I think. And she made some good friends. And then afterwards, we all went out for milkshakes. No, not really. But we did go out for noodles. And it was V's opportunity to get out of some of the costume, like the earrings, for example. She said they were very, very uncomfortable. Look at these big things. I think they weigh about a pound each. So, and she's not used to wearing earrings. She said she hasn't worn earrings in like 10 years. But anyway, it's like I said, it's one of those things she's always wanted to do. She got to do it. It's like 900 baht for the costume, the clothes, the hair, the makeup, the whole thing, to rent the jewelry. So she enjoyed it. But anyway, we will saddle up. We will leave the hotel here in Udon Thani, and we will head south to Khon Kaen, and we have a lot of adventure ahead of us, but that'll all have to wait to the next episode, because I gotta leave this one off right here.
And as usual, I'll thank you for watching. And until next time, bye for now.